The lively chatter of Elite City Bistro filled the air, mingling with the clinking of glasses and the occasional burst of laughter. Amid the bustling restaurant floor, 25-year-old Elena Harper moved gracefully, balancing a tray of drinks in one hand and scribbling an order with the other. For the past 3 years, Elena had worked double shifts here, tirelessly saving for her dream. Opening her own bakery, a haven that would carry her name, Harper's Haven. Elena's infectious smile and quick wit had earned her a loyal following among the regulars. But tonight was no ordinary evening. As the cold breeze blew through the doors, a man stepped inside, his imposing figure immediately catching Elena's eye. He wore a black hoodie and sunglasses, clearly trying to keep a low profile, but his towering presence made him impossible to ignore. "Welcome to Elite City Bistro," Elena greeted him warmly as she approached his table. "What can I get you tonight?" The man pulled down his hood slightly, revealing a familiar face. Elena's breath caught in her throat. It was Dwayne Johnson, the Hollywood superstar. "Just a black coffee, please," he said softly, his tone reserved. Elena's heart raced, but she managed to maintain her composure. "Of course," she replied, her excitement bubbling beneath the surface. She quickly brought his coffee, leaning in slightly as she set it down. "Your secret is safe with me," she whispered with a grin. Dwayne chuckled. "Thanks. I appreciate that." As the evening wore on, however, the quiet corner Dwayne had chosen became less discreet. Whispers spread like wildfire, and soon diners were snapping photos and sneaking glances. The commotion did not go unnoticed by Victor Reynolds, the restaurant's no-nonsense manager. "Elena!" Victor hissed as he stormed over. "What did I tell you about fraternizing with customers, especially VIPs?" "I wasn't," Elena stammered, stunned. "He's just having coffee." Victor's face darkened. "Get him out of here, quietly. Now." Elena hesitated, glancing at Dwayne, who gave her a reassuring nod. "I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson," she said, her voice tinged with regret. "Management has asked if you could finish your coffee elsewhere." Dwayne stood, his expression unreadable. "No problem," he said simply. "Thanks for the coffee." The following morning, Elena was summoned to Victor's office. "You've jeopardized this restaurant," he snapped. "Do you know how many reservations we lost last night because of your little stunt? You're fired." Tears stung Elena's eyes, but she refused to let them fall. "I did what I thought was right," she said firmly, before packing her belongings and leaving the restaurant behind. Her dream of Harper's Haven seemed further away than ever. The next day, a sharp knock at the door of Elena's loft jolted her from her thoughts. Still in her pajamas, she opened it to find a man in a sharp suit standing there. "Miss Elena Harper?" he asked. "Yes?" "I'm here on behalf of Mr. Dwayne Johnson. He'd like to meet with you." Elena blinked in disbelief. "Is this a joke?" The man's smile was kind but firm. "Not at all. He asked me to escort you to his office." Still reeling, Elena quickly dressed and followed the man to a sleek black SUV. They drove to Skyline Plaza, a gleaming tower that seemed to scrape the clouds. Inside, she was led to a luxurious office where Dwayne sat, sipping coffee. "Elena, come on in," he greeted her warmly. "Mr. Johnson, I don't understand," she stammered. Dwayne's expression grew serious. "I heard what happened after I left the bistro. You stood up for me, even when it cost you your job. Integrity like that is rare. And I want to help you." Elena shook her head, overwhelmed. "I just did what I thought was right." Dwayne smiled. "That's why I believe in you. I heard about your dream to open a bakery. I want to make it happen." He gestured to a folder on the table. "Inside is a business proposal. I've already secured a prime location for you. All you have to do is say yes. Tears streamed down Elena's face. Yes, she whispered, 1,000 times, yes. Weeks later, Elena stood outside her newly opened bakery, Harper's Haven. The elegant gold lettering above the door gleamed in the morning sun. The grand opening was a resounding success, with a line of eager customers stretching down the block. True to his word, Dwayne was there, cutting the ribbon and posing for photos with Elena. But as Harper's Haven flourished, shadows from Elena's past loomed closer. One late evening, as she finished cleaning the bakery, a black SUV pulled up outside. Her heart sank as Victor Reynolds stepped out, his smug smirk sending a chill down her spine. "Look who's suddenly living the high life," he sneered as he entered. "Did you really think you'd get away with embarrassing me?" Elena squared her shoulders. "What do you want, Victor?" Victor's smirk deepened. "A little compensation. Let's say 50% of your profits. Call it a partnership." Elena's stomach churned. "You're insane. Get out of my bakery." Victor's tone turned menacing. "Think carefully, Elena. I can make life very difficult for you." At that moment, a familiar voice rang out. "Is everything okay here?" Victor turned to find Dwayne Johnson standing in the doorway. His presence was commanding, his gaze cold and unyielding. "This doesn't concern you," Victor snapped. Dwayne stepped closer. "It concerns me when someone tries to intimidate my friend. Leave! Now!" Victor's bravado faltered. Muttering under his breath, he stormed out with his goons in tow. The next day, Dwayne arranged for a state-of-the-art security system and hired off-duty police officers to patrol the bakery. But Victor wasn't done. A week later, masked intruders broke into Harper's Haven, vandalizing the shop. Elena's security system caught everything, and the intruders were quickly apprehended. Among them was Victor himself. The story made headlines, and the community rallied around Elena, turning Harper's Haven into a symbol of resilience. Business boomed, and Elena's dream flourished like never before. She expanded the menu, incorporating new recipes inspired by her childhood, and began hosting weekly community events. These events included free baking lessons for children and a pay-it-forward program where customers could buy pastries for those in need. The bakery became more than a business. It became a hub of hope and kindness. One day, a young girl named Sophie, no older than 8, walked into the bakery holding a small, crumpled piece of paper. She handed it to Elena with wide eyes. It was a drawing of Harper's Haven. The note that read, "When I grow up, I want to be like you." Elena's heart swelled as she knelt down to hug Sophie, realizing the profound impact her journey had made. But life wasn't without its challenges. As Harper's Haven gained national attention, a major corporation attempted to buy out her bakery. The offer was generous, a sum that could set her up for life. But Elena refused. She wasn't willing to sacrifice the heart and soul of what she had built. The corporation, however, didn't take kindly to rejection. Subtle threats and aggressive tactics followed. Flyers were distributed around town claiming Harper's Haven used subpar ingredients. Negative reviews began appearing online, all clearly fabricated. Elena was devastated, but refused to back down. Dwayne stepped in once again, leveraging his influence to counteract the smear campaign. He made a public statement praising Harper's Haven, and even appeared on a morning talk show with Elena to share her story. The support flooded in, and the bakery's reputation emerged stronger than ever. As Harper's Haven approached its first anniversary, Elena decided to host a special event to thank the community. The celebration included live music, free samples of her latest creations, and a heartfelt speech. She stood before a crowd of hundreds, tears in her eyes as she expressed her gratitude. "Harper's Haven isn't just my dream," she said. "It's a dream we built together. Thank you for believing in me, for standing by me, and for proving that kindness and integrity can overcome anything." As the crowd erupted into applause, Dwayne stood at the back, a proud smile on his face. He approached Elena afterward, handing her a small gift box. Inside was a keychain in the shape of a cinnamon roll, her first and most famous creation. "To remind you of where you started," he said. Elena laughed through her tears. "Thank you, Dwayne, for everything." Her journey was far from over, but Elena Harper was ready for whatever lay ahead. Harper's Haven was more than a bakery. It was a beacon of hope, resilience, and the power of standing up for what's right. In the months that followed, Elena began expanding Harper's Haven even further. She partnered with local charities, launching a program to provide meals to families in need. She also started a mentorship program for young women aspiring to open their own businesses. Her story inspired others, and soon Harper's Haven became a symbol not just of resilience, but of the importance of giving back. One evening, as Elena was locking up the bakery, an older man approached her. He introduced himself as a retired baker, who had once dreamed of a similar venture, but had never had the opportunity. "Your story gave me courage," he said. "You remind me that it's never too late to pursue what we love." Moved by his words, Elena invited him in for a cup of coffee, and the two shared stories late into the night. That moment reminded her of the true purpose behind Harper's Haven. It wasn't just about pastries. It was about creating connections and inspiring change. Elena's story is a testament to the power of courage and integrity. What about you? Have you ever faced a challenge where doing the right thing came at a cost? Share your story in the comments below. And if you found Elena's journey inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting tales. Until next time.